Thank you all for tuning in to Monday Morning Quarterback episode 187. We hope you've had a great start to your week, and tonight's topic is tires. So we did one on tires a couple weeks ago. If you watched that, don't tune away. We got some good questions that came in, so we're going to elaborate on that topic. And it's basically going to be how we analyze the tires after a race, how we determine whether we're going to keep them to use again or discard of them. So that video is coming up here momentarily. But first we're going to answer a question from last week. And it was, do I recommend running torsion bars in the front or coils on a wingless 600 micro? Other than longevity, what makes one better than the other? And so for non-wing, if I was building a non-wing specific car, I believe I would go coil front. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, the coils react a little bit quicker. Two, when the track gets slick and we have to raise the front of the car up, the arm angles can tend to get a little messed up on a lot of micros, right? The rack heights and everything in the car were built around certain ride heights, and then when track gets slick and we don't have the wing for grip, one of the ways we try to help with forward drive is raising the nose of the car, and we can tend to get really poor arm angles in the front. So for that reason, if I was non-wing specific, I would do coil front. A couple other things you could do if you were having to run bars, you know, you could run risers on the front axle to try to keep your arm angles right in the event where you do have to raise the nose a bunch. But I do like a coil front for non-wing micros. So keep the questions coming. That keeps this entertaining for us each week as we prepare these episodes. It gives us additional content we can share with everybody. Typically, if you got a question, somebody else has a question as well. They just were afraid to ask it or didn't reach out to us. So, all right. So tonight's video we filmed in the shop where I talk about tires. Hope you enjoy this next segment. All right. Today we're going to talk a little bit about tires. We had a great question when we did a segment a couple months ago about how we kind of take care of our tires, and the question was like, how do you assess your tires after a race and determine whether you keep using them or stop using them? So a couple different scenarios here. So if I'm dirt racing, I'm going to look really close at the wear of the tire and whether or not my leading edge on the block of the tire is still sharp. Like on a micro tire, like on a left rear, we always really feather this edge here, this inside edge right here, and if that's been feathered really bad and I'm starting to lose this edge, I'll flip the tire around so the left rears aren't cambered, so you can run them either direction. That'll get you another night out of it, but you really want to make sure the leading edge is still a sharp block and you got bite there. And then if it's not wore too bad, sometimes you can just flip it around to get a new edge and then get this wore side on the other, and this block, as you can see, is hardly touched. Pavement racing, a lot of times, you know, you're never going to see the tire wearing out. I shouldn't say never. Rarely will you see the tire wearing out. So in those instances, definitely I'm keeping track of how many heat cycles are on the tire, because that's going to tell me when I want to stop using it more so than what I can see left in the indicator hole. So like a quarter midget, if we were, you know, regional or national racing, very rarely would I run it past 4 or 5 heat cycles. Club racing, you could run it farther than that. Dirt tires, since they wear, heat cycles aren't as big of a deal. Even the ASCS tire, which is really hard, I think we can get it back to life pretty good by sanding it with a 60 or 80 grit sandpaper and bring that back to life. So yeah, those are a couple things we look at. If it's a cambered tire, you can't always flip it, but certain tires aren't cambered and we can run it in either orientation, so it gives us another edge to bite off of, and that'll save us a little bit of money because we can get another week out of it. Thanks for asking that question. If you have any others, feel free to ask. That was a little bit more on tires. Again, as you're asking questions, we can elaborate on these videos and do more. Our goal is to bring you one every single Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern. And so without good questions, we kind of run out of ideas sometimes. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, please ring that bell for notifications. That helps us. And we hope you all have a fantastic week and good luck wherever you're racing this week.